we're going to move on to our next speaker is Tim Meals. Tim Meals is a longtime employee there at the county attorney's office. And then when the former county attorney took a job with the attorney generals at the state, Tim was appointed, and now he is running to fill that seat. So Tim, let's hear from you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Maddie, and thanks to everybody for coming to the meeting tonight. And thanks for letting me speak to you a little bit. Some of you may not know who I am. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Iowa, and we moved to Ames when I was a kid, and I've lived in Ames for about 46 years. My dad was a school principal in the Ames school system for 25 years, where he retired from. I graduated from Ames High School. I started working in a factory after high school in Ames, Warrens Incorporated, and I worked there for 11 years until the plant closed and transferred the work overseas. Then I worked at the Gateway Hotel for 2 years as a maintenance man. My kids graduated from Gilbert High School. After I'd worked at the Gateway Center, I decided to go to school, and I got a bachelor's degree from Iowa State University, and then attended Drake Law School. My goal was to be a prosecutor and work in public service, and I particularly wanted to work in the Story County Attorney's Office. There wasn't an opening there when I graduated, so I worked at the Marshall County Attorney's Office for a short period of time and as assistant county attorney there. And when an opening came in Story County, after a few months, I started in the county attorney's office in January of 2000. So I've been there for 20 years. I've handled general, indictable, and felony caseload during that period of time. I became lead criminal prosecutor in 2017, and I was promoted to first assistant in the office in 2018. I've completed over 50 jury trials. I've had many major felony cases in the office, murder cases, domestic abuse, sex abuse cases, robbery cases, lots of OWIs. In addition, I've handled hundreds of other cases that were successfully prosecuted, resulted in guilty pleas. I've mentored, something I've really enjoyed doing is mentoring younger attorneys that come into the office. I've worked with quite a few of them. I always enjoyed sitting with people on their first jury trial, giving them some insight about how things work in the office, and training them. I've been a liaison to local law enforcement, helping to inform and train them also. And I'm pretty trusted and respected by most of the law enforcement community and the legal community in Story County. I have been recognized for my work in public safety. I was given the Governor's Traffic Safety Bureau Special Award for Traffic Safety, and the Iowa County Attorneys Association awarded me the Staff Attorney Award of Merit a couple of years ago. And in the future in our office, I'd like to continue our office's community outreach, increase our law enforcement trainings. I think it's really important. Support the drug abuse task forces, the Violence Against Women grant. Latifah mentioned our office has the pre-post arrest diversion grant we've been working on. We're at a point now where we're sending out requests for proposals for a treatment coordinator for that. It's been slowed up a little bit because of the COVID crisis. And I'd like to start mental health and drug specialty courts in Story County. There was a moratorium by the Supreme Court for a while due to funding for mental health and drug specialty courts, but I think it's important we move into that. I don't think we should treat those as a law enforcement problem. I think those are public health problems. We shouldn't be calling on our law enforcement officers to be the people that respond to people that are in crisis due to mental health and drug problems. And I want to continue to recruit, train, and retain qualified attorneys. All of the attorneys in our office supported me when I applied to the board, and I've still got great support in our office. Coming to be the leader in the office at this time at the beginning of a pandemic was quite a challenge and presented some challenges in how to keep my employees safe and keep our work in public safety going. We've been pretty successful at doing that. For those of you who don't know, the court system, the judicial branch, has continued all jury trials in the state until September 15th. So we've got a bit of a backlog on our cases that we'll be working through in the next few months. And I'm really glad to have the experienced staff that I have in the office. And I really appreciate everybody's support that I've gotten since taking office. I know I've got to run in this election, and then in 2 years, in the next general election, I'll be running then again too. So I'm glad everybody's supporting me in this. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.